Hello everyone, in this video I shall tell you how to write the database and research methodology for a primary data based study. What is a primary database study? Primary database study means the study from which you've collected data on your own and based on a questionnaire. So for a database and research methodology for a primary database study, how would I write the database and research methodology? But before I start, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So as the name denotes, database and research methodology. Database basically means where did I get my data from, and research methodology, what statistical techniques I've applied on this data. So I'll be discussing in my next video how to write the database and research methodology for a secondary database study. But in this video, I'm focusing on primary data. So I would write the studies based on primary data. For the data collection, a questionnaire was developed based on the relevant studies. That is, I've framed a questionnaire based on the review of literature. And the questionnaire comprised of two parts. The first part of the questionnaire was related to the demographic profile of the respondents, whereas the second part of the questionnaire, for example, my study is on e-tourism and I want to find out the factors that affect the perception of tourists regarding e-tourism. E-tourism means when you book your tickets online or you use the internet for making bookings to visit places, etc. That is e-tourism. So the second part of the questionnaire was designed to collect information on the factors relating to e-tourism, and the universe of the study were those tourists who have used e-tourism at least once in their life. The responses were collected from 100 responses from the major cities of Mumbai, and the respondents were asked to rate the variables to measure their perception in relation to e-tourism on a 5-point scale, that is 5 for most important and 1 for not at all important. So in order to analyze the collected data, the techniques such as factor analysis have been employed, and I've used the data, I've used the statistical software of SPSS 17 version or 2022 version, whichever version you're using for the analysis of my study. So database and research methodology, I've written that I've collected the data from a questionnaire which comprised of two parts, the demographic profile and the data relating to factors on e-tourism. The respondents were 100 in number from Mumbai, and they were those people who've used e-tourism, and the data was collected on a 5-point scale. And coming to the research methodology, I've used the research techniques such as factor analysis and the software of SPSS. So all these elements need to be incorporated in your database and research methodology. The information relating to your respondents, the number of respondents, the questionnaire or the instrument that you've used. You also need to incorporate where the respondents belong to, and the scale you've used, the techniques you've used, and the software you've used. So database research methodology in case of a primary study comprises of first the number of respondents and where from. Second, the instrument, that is the questionnaire. That is always the instrument is always a questionnaire in case of a primary study. Then I also have to mention the respondents and where from I've already discussed. Then the scale I've used, whether it is a 5-point scale or say a 7-point scale or a 3-point scale. So whatever you like, you can use it. And the statistical techniques used. And the last one is the software package that you use. So these are the elements of database and research methodology that we generally use. So these are the elements that need to be incorporated in database and research methodology. So this is how you write the database and research methodology for primary study. I'll be discussing this for a secondary study as well. So please like it, share and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. Thanks for now.